Idea behind Empower Kickboxing is to create a martial arts curriculum that's easy to teach, easy to learn, and easy to manage within your school. We're accomplishing everything that a traditional martial arts curriculum would accomplish, except with skills, drills, and techniques that are far more practical and easy to learn. It's clear immediately how a technique works, as opposed to traditional martial arts where you have to study for years to really understand bunkai and then really understand the intricacies of the kata. I'm not against that stuff. Like, I'm not against Russian ballet. Sometimes I enjoy watching old videos of Brezhnev. It's just, but I wouldn't want to do it. I don't want to watch it all day, and I don't want that to be the center of my training, especially if my pursuit is self-defense. So we've completely discarded everything from the traditional martial arts on the physical side. The mental side still, respect, courtesy, conditioning, again, self-defense, and building self-confidence, or what they can refer to as a positive mental attitude with resiliency, which says this: you do something good and then you get a good job. See, it's a little backwards from most instructors. They praise first for nothing, so that later when they praise, it means nothing. And it really damages a child's sense of accomplishment and their ability to rise to the challenge. Because if they were awesome when they just started, what is awesome going to look like when they finally get it right? Why even try? This type of mental training is critical to a good martial artist's involvement through the ranks. And Empower Kickboxing has a ranking program all the way up through black belt. You can earn a black belt in Empower Kickboxing. It won't take as long as in a traditional program because it takes way too long in a traditional program. 3 to 4 years to earn my black belt. I mean, my kid can go to college and graduate West Point in 4 years, and I may be able to get a black belt in your school. That's messed up. Something's wrong with your curriculum in the system. Time does not dictate expertise. Training, quality of instruction, that affects the quality of the student. And that can be done in a short period of time. Remember, Joe Lewis, 2 black belts. He earned 2 black belts in 7 months. Bill Wallace, 9 months. Mike Stone, 10 months. And all these guys were training under instructors that didn't speak English. They never told them once, good job. So Empower Kickboxing is broken down into modules. 1 month is a module. So module 1 typically starts with martial arts. Class will begin with a short history lesson or a life skill. So that we might be talking about the 4 major systems of martial arts. So in this particular class, I describe all 4 of them briefly. 90 seconds, 2 minutes, as I want my students to really understand the martial arts. And I teach directly to you. Every technique is in video in your lesson plan. You click on the lesson plan, click on it, and I explain that and demonstrate it. You may already know it, but watch it once. You may pick up a couple nuggets to bring into class. But everything that we ask you to do in the class that's in the lesson plan is demonstrated to you right there on video. So it makes it super easy. Then we go right into self-defense. This is not theory-based martial arts self-defense. This is what they learn in the police academy. Much of it comes from the Cobra system, which is the best system I've seen. But we pull from a lot of different sources for our self-defense segment. That's the first 10 minutes of class. And the reason for that is twofold. One, when you come to class, maybe your mind's not quite there. You kind of had to drag yourself to class. A good self-defense lesson is instantly, mentally, and emotionally engaging. For adults, if we're doing something like an ATM robbery scenario or something along those lines, or assertive verbal assertiveness, that really gets their mind in class quickly. So it works great. The second reason we do it at the beginning class is because people aren't real sweaty yet. So you're doing arm or headlock defenses and things of that nature. You know, you get it done early in the class so they're not all over each other, especially with the COVID-19 stuff going on right now. Our self-defense currently does not require a partner, but in time and in the past, in the future when it will again use partners, they are done at the beginning of class. Then we go into a 10 to 12 minute vigorous warm-up. This is really important. The warm-up not just includes calisthenics, but it also includes the foundation skills. These are the skills that every class contains, and virtually everything is built around. Jab, cross, hook, uppercut, elbow, 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 front kick, back kick, side kick, round kick, and some variations of all that stuff. But the idea is that they're easy to learn, they're easy to execute, and they can be reviewed every single class as part of the warm-up. So you might be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, or skip side kick across the line and get back across the line. So you got a line right there, skip up, side kick, get back, go. 30 seconds, drop, push-ups for 30 seconds, roll over, sit-ups for 30 seconds. Okay, back up again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I call the number, you throw the punches. Ready, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 3. Get that head moving, move, move, move. It's vigorous, it's always moving, and at the end of 10 to 12 minutes, students are really taxed physically. And that's so important because that's where the dopamine drips are hitting. They have to have that workout. That makes the class addicting. That's the most important impact of the class, I think. So after that, while they're recovering, we go into the teaching segment. So in the martial arts module, we're going to talk about the open hand techniques, the chop, the rich hand, the palm heel, the chicken beak, the monkey paw, rah, and all spear hand and all that stuff. Various drills with each other on the targets that apply these techniques because they're effective and they work. In my mind, these are the best techniques from traditional martial arts. Then we move into, if you have a student with a bag, each student has a bag, which is what we're doing now because of COVID. 3 rounds of hard bag work with a short rest. Advanced students will do push-ups and sit-ups in between the rounds. So we do 3 rounds of bag work, and then we move into a cool down. And that basically is a 50-minute class. You can tweak it any way you like. So we always hit self-defense. We always hit some type of teaching. After Module 1, maybe Module 2 is on advanced kickboxing. So instead of doing the open hand techniques in martial arts, the class is the same, the framework is the same, but now we're doing savate kickboxing and various different cutting kicks from Muay Thai and the stuff that's not part of the foundation kickboxing skills, but it's cool and it's really effective and it's fun to learn and fun to teach. So then in Module 2, we go to kickboxing, just like I described. So Module 1 is martial arts, Module 2 is kickboxing. Module 3 are weapons. Take the rubber chucks. So the chucks, we don't do the baton twirling that you see at the tournaments. Nothing, there's anything wrong with that. It's great for coordination. We do more of the Japanese Tadashi Yamashita killer self-defense nunchaku work, which is bad to the bone. It's really good stuff. And if you have expertise in another weapon, you can do chucks one semester, and then on the next semester when weapons come up, do your own. Do sai or bow, whatever it is. So a semester is 3 or 4 modules connected together. In this 4th module, we can do grappling, which we have the curriculum for. Right now, I don't suggest you do grappling. Focus more on self-defense. But if you so you could go Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, Module 4. That's a semester, or make it just 3 semesters or 3 modules. That's a semester, and then it starts over again. It's the kickboxing again. But there's some variations weaved in there. But the students aren't going to say, oh man, jeez, we did this 3 months ago. That's really boring. It's getting old. They love the fact that it changes constantly. Just as they're getting really good, now we're doing chucks. Oh, now we're doing open hand. So it's exciting. It's a lot of fun. Put the children into one class. Now, I'm not talking about Little Dragon age. I don't deal with those kids. You can modify this to them as much as you like. You don't want me teaching Little Dragons. But 6, 7, 8 up to, say, 12 right in there is a kids class. They're all in the same class. There's no need in Empower Kickboxing to separate students by rank. It's not important. There are no advanced techniques. They're just advanced skill levels. Here's what I mean. let's say I come to your school tonight, all right, and we're going to take a class, and you're leading the class. And you take the class through a jab, jab, cross, hook, weave, front leg round kick combination. And then you get with a partner and you do it. And you do it on the mitts and bags. Am I going to say, oh, I did this when I was a white belt? Ha! Jab, cross, hook. I'm way above that. No. I'm going to approach it at a level far different than the white, gold, green, blue, brown belts that are in class with me. So the technique is not advanced. The application, the nuances, the mindset that I would have doing the technique, and the guy next to me who just learned it last week, it's going to be completely different. He's very much on the mechanics. I'm way past the mechanics, but we're both engaged, not bored. I mean, I'm sure you've seen videos of Mike Tyson just recently. In fact, he was doing some mitt work. He does mitt work. It's jab, cross, hook. It's nothing new. Head movement. The guy's a master. But that's not white belt stuff to Mike Tyson. No, he does it on a black belt master level. So that's the mindset. You got to get out of this advanced and beginner stuff. We're all in this class at the same time, which makes it so easy for you to teach one class. So you have one kids class. Obviously, as your school grows, you'll chop it up a little bit. We'll see. Then you have an adult class. The only real difference between the adult class and the kids class is in the kids class, you can include more jump kicks, spinning kicks, kicks that are not meant to be necessarily practical, but they have a fun athletic challenge about them. And boy, the kids today, the Taekwondo kids today, they fly through the air with the greatest of ease and throw these kicks. It is so cool. So you're not going to get 30, 40, 50-year-old men or students to do that, but you'll get the kids to do it, you get the teens to do it, and it's not something you really want to require of your older students. So the other class, of course, obviously is an adult student, 13 and up. You can take the bigger, more mature kids and put them into the class. But the idea is that you have adults training with adults and kids training with kids. Most adults really don't dig into training with kids. You can also offer a family class. And a family class is all ages. This way the whole family can come to the class together. They can experience the class together. And they're not either being held back because the speed and everything's kind of slowed down for the kids, or they're not being blown out of the water because it's faster for the adults. It's calibrated to the family. So that you may have a kids class, a family class, and an adult class, and that's it. That's your whole schedule for the day. So Monday through Thursday. On Fridays, Friday night, sparring class, and or Saturday, sparring class. Why sparring class and not if you do it in class, it's harder to really help the students get better at it because you're only going to have a short period of time. If you have a class specific to sparring, you can get into a lot of drills that we do that are so helpful that will teach them the 4 elements of each attack, which is to 1, penetrate, cross the line, 2, engage, 3, clear, and then 4, change your alignment. We have a gazillion drills that we can do with that, and they're called limited sparring drills. The other thing that we suggest that you do, and this is pretty cool, on Friday nights or Saturday mornings and or offer free 20-minute private lessons that are taught by your advanced leadership students. These are the students that maybe pay an additional fee to learn how to teach empowered kickboxing like you. They become your assistants. They eventually become your instructors. They may even actually open a school under you, who knows, or on their own. But that is always, you always have people that want to teach this stuff as well. So as part of their leadership team obligations, they have to help in class. 1 class a week, they've got to choose to help. And on Saturday mornings, they teach a 20-minute private lesson. 1 lesson, 1 child. And they get a leadership team class a week. 1 class a week, typically on Friday nights, 6 o'clock, before people can still go out and have their Friday nights. But that's a class that's devoted to how to teach empowered kickboxing, how to teach a cross, how to teach a side kick, how to teach a limited sparring drill, how to evaluate students. It's very much centered around the MATA certification program, and that really is the center key to excellent instruction. Testing. When it comes to testing, there's a lot of ways to do this. One way is to every 8 to 10 classes have an official test in class where you award stripes to students. So let's say I'm a brand new gold belt in class and we're all doing our stuff, and I do have required material. Everybody does the same required material in that particular module. For instance, in the kickboxing module, the required combination could be skip up jab, side kick, and then clear, change your alignment. So that's combination number 1. And then there's fighting form number 1. So there are 3 required combinations. They have to be performed individually, and then they're combined into a fighting form, which is like a kata. So it goes forward, back, left, right, forward, back again. It uses both sides of the body. So you're looking at that, and if this student is testing for their first stripe, you're looking mainly for memorization of the skill. Right? They know what it is, they can do it. It ain't pretty yet, but it's getting there. The second stripe would be for a little more intensity. They're coming at it stronger. And third, it looks like the next level. It's at that level of proficiency. So then the third stripe, and then there's a graduation. And the graduation's on Saturday or Friday night. Friday nights tend to work best. So there you have it. There's a 30,000-foot view of Empower Kickboxing. It's a wonderful program. We've been working it for years in different variations. With the COVID-19 right now, this is the ideal curriculum. You've got to have something fresh and exciting. I can't wait to show you our new Empower Kickboxing program. This is so cool. It's kickboxing, it's martial arts, it's weapons, it's self-defense. It's fantastic. And the classes are fast-paced. You're going to get in great shape. This is unlike anything I've seen before. It is so cool, and we're so excited to bring it to you. Come back to the school now because it is going to be bigger and better than ever.